Hey guys, it's Comic Quiz. Here bringing another comic review, and today we're doing, what's this called again? Red Hood and the Outlaws, issue 20. So continuing from issue 19, we found out that Jason had his memories erased. That all the pain, all the suffering he's gone through, especially with all the Joker thing, he just wanted it gone. But this dude, I've forgotten what his name is. But this dude took all his memories away, as we remember from issue 19. So now the Roy and Starfire have made it to the Allcasts, the Acres of All, and they're confronting this guy to give him his memories back, but he refuses. And the main reason why is because, one, it has to be Jason to ask for them back. So when this dude, I forgot what his name is, he asked Jason, "How do you feel?" and says, like, "I feel great. I don't remember anything, but I feel like a huge weight's been lifted off my shoulders and everything." But Roy he doesn't want to accept that Jason doesn't have his memories anymore, because even though Jason asked for the bad to be taken away, why were things like the memories of like his time with Batman, the good times, the times he spent with Roy and Starfire, what was that all erased? And then this guy explains, I was calling this guy, so this guy explains that that memories are like they're connected, they're intertwined with one another. That one memory leads into another and into another and into another. So when he said take out all the everything connected to the darkness, so anything connected to it, like even the good things were all gone. So that meant everything. So especially Roy, who's very who's the one mainly pushing for Jason to get his memories back. He cannot accept that. He can't accept what this guy is telling them. So then he decides. So this guy decides that he'll show them an example. So he shows them a flashback of Jason's memories of when his mother died, when well, supposedly died anyway, when he was beaten by the Joker. What else happens? And other things with Batman, like when we found out when he confronted Batman years later after he had died, why Batman didn't kill the Joker. All those horrible memories like that. And especially the whole thing with getting his face burnt by the Joker during the Death of the Family saga. So no, Death of the Family saga. So after they see this, like, yeah, it's horrible. His memories are terrible, but still, you shouldn't take away all his memories. There is still some good in his life. So then this guy again decides that he's going to show them something else. So he takes them back to a memory when Jason first met Roy, and that was in Gotham City when Roy was still a drunk, down on his luck. He had given up on life pretty much, and he's getting beaten up by these thugs, but Jason helped him back when he was Robin. So he beats them up, and he's like giving Roy a helping hand, saying that if you need, like, my predecessor, who's now Nightwing, told me about you, how you were friends, so I just want to help him, say like, alright, anytime you need a friend, you just come call me, right? But Roy back then was like, I don't need friends just let you down and all that crap. But then Jason's like, everybody needs a friend once in a while. So then you see him leave, and then Starfire mentioned like how young and small Jason was. But then Roy's also wondering, why would he show him? Why is this guy showing them this memory? Because even Jason said it himself back then, everyone needs a friend. And in particular when Roy was going through, because it's similar to what Jason was going through in a way, with all the anguish and the turmoil they've been going through in their lives. So why would he show them this memory? So then this guy explains that even though it may seem odd to you, but did Jason ever tell you that later that day he found out his mother was alive? So the next thing he did was hopped on a flight, went to go meet his mother, but only to find the Joker there, who beat him and then killed him. And then they were all like shocked to find this out, and this guy then explains that everything that happened that led up to that moment started with you meeting Roy that night, that everything leading up to his death started with this. So in a way, that whole bad memory is connected with that whole good thing that Jason lending a helping hand to Roy, thus explaining why he had to take all the good away, because like I said, just mentioned, like that good scene with Roy and Jason was connected to the whole his death and everything, just to explain how memories work. But again, Roy doesn't want to believe that. He still believes that Jason, with the help of his friends, he can overcome all this anguish. That he can't just, especially because especially because again, Roy was down on his luck. He had no one, but Jason saved his life ultimately, and he loved, in a way, yeah, he loves Jason because Jason's his best friend. So he doesn't want to see his friend admit defeat to his past. He doesn't want his friend to say like, I just give up. So then again, this guy then continues to try and make them understand why Jason did what he did, and then he shows them more images of like what Jason did when he was revived. That after he met the Outcast, like apparently Duker wanted him to forget about Batman, forget about his rage, but Jason couldn't, and that he believed at the time that he needed to forget everything about Batman's teachings in order to get revenge, not only on the Joker but all the evildoers. So Jason did some pretty bad things. Like after the Outcast, he went to train with some other guys, some other pure like hardcore assassins, who even though they preached about all these about what true justice is, they were doing some pretty crap things. Like this guy, I forgot what his name was, but he went to this temple, killed a bunch of monks just to get this crystal which is worth millions, which Jason started to feel like, wait, this isn't right. I wanted to learn the ways how to fight so I can achieve true justice, not to be a petty criminal. And then we see just what all the kind of bad things Jason did just to learn about justice, because initially Jason he's a good guy in essence. Like all he wanted to do was to fight for justice, truth, justice, all that stuff, but just in a different way. And as a result of that, he did some pretty bad things. And as a result, which also added to the turmoil in his life. And then Roy and Starfire seeing this, and they're like just shocked to see like, just how much crap Jason did, and just how much of this is weighing down on him. That it's not just the Joker stuff. That there's other things in his life weighing down on him. That it was getting too much, and in the end, he had to get rid of his memories. That he was so burdened by all this that it was too much for him to bear. So in the end, but then again, they still can't admit that no, Jason shouldn't just give up on his memories. So Starfire says your past won't affect you if you let it. So then this guy then calls Starfire a hypocrite, saying that Starfire is the biggest offender of this out of all of them. And then we find out that Starfire, because in the beginning, in issue 1 I think it was, and issue 6, we find out that Starfire forgets things. Like apparently things related to Earth can be easily forgotten by a Tamaranian. They easily, like things like Dick Grayson, because apparently she knew Dick Grayson, she knew Roy back in the day in Teen Titans, the old Teen Titans, but apparently she forgot all that for some reason. And apparently we just thought that it's because of the way Tamaranians are relating to Earth things, they just forget. But apparently it's not true. Apparently there are some things that Starfire just didn't want to remember, and it's the same thing with all Tamaranians. So that thing with Nightwing about meeting Roy earlier on in the Teen Titans, she just intentionally forgot. So apparently they can do that. So all those things, that everything that was so painful for her to remember, she just purposely forgot it, causing amnesia, and saying that you're doing pretty much the exact same thing Jason just did. And apparently this guy wanted to reveal something which happened with Nightwing and Starfire, but before he was able to complete showing that memory, Starfire attacked him. So then after this whole ordeal with them, with the Outlaws, so then this guy teleports Jason, Roy, and what's this guy's name, Starfire. She teleports them out of the acres of all, and back into the snowstorm outside. So then now Roy is confused, thinking like, what was all this? Because Roy saw this image as well with Nightwing and Starfire, thinking, why did you attack Nightwing? What was that memory? Which means you've been lying to me, because Starfire did mention previously that if Roy ever left her, she'd just forget him. But now Roy knows that she can purposely forget you, which is breaking Roy's heart. He's just feeling that, alright, with your revelation and with Jason doing what he's doing, we're not going to be the same anymore. He's so heartbroken about this. And he keeps asking Starfire, what was that memory? But Starfire doesn't want to tell him. So, and yeah, that's pretty much it with them. Then later on we see this guy the spirit of Dukra and Essence talking about how Essence is pretty much saying that why Dukra lead them into the all casts acres of all, that she knew this would happen, and also because they're gonna die if they stay together, and apparently they got bounties on their heads, and if that they should just let them split up, let them be the end of them. But apparently no, that it's not gonna have that. No, they're too strong for that, stuff like that. And yeah, that was it for that. Then later on we see that they actually do have bounties on their heads. Then we see Green Arrow shows up at the end. He asks this some dude, I forgot what his name is, who's actually tracking the Outlaws, and he asks some questions like, why are you following them, how much bounties on their heads, and he's like, alright then, Roy, you're going to have this trouble again, so I'm going to have to save you again. So now we're going to see Green Arrow in the annual, which is coming out next month. So overall, a very interesting issue, because a very good issue, yeah, good issue, because in my previous review I did mention that I didn't like how they erased Jason's memory, how especially with issue 18, I think it was, when Batman and Jason seemed to have reconciled after he had been injured, and then that moment they had at the end of the comic was really nice, it was really touching. But I was thinking, like, why erase his memory? But if you read Batman Robin issue 20, and I was like, alright, makes sense. Batman, you're a twat. Batman, you're a twat. If you read that issue, you will know why Jason probably erased his memory. Batman, twat, also twats. I mean, I know Damien's dead. I know it's heavy on your heart, but why do that to Jason? Not to give away spoilers or anything, but if you don't know what happened in that issue, it does explain a little bit more why Jason got rid of his memories. So I do recommend you go read that issue. So also again, we see just how much Roy cares for the team, how much he loves Corey because that's his girlfriend, and how much he loves Jason, that's his best friend, and how much those two hold his life together, how he sees them as the pillars that hold his life up, because before he had nothing, he was down in the dumps, but with them, they seem to hold his life back together, and we just see, and it's just in a way touching, just see how everything seems to be falling apart, and how it's really weighing down on him. And also just to see the revelation of how Corey is hiding things that which is making Roy question himself and Corey's relationship and everything. So overall, I give this give it an 8. Personally, I give it an 8. I love this issue. Love to see the connections between them, to see how much Roy truly cares, and just to see that Starfire isn't keeping some secrets. In particular, that image of Nightwing that we never got to see finish, but I'm interested to see where does that go, because she was attacking Nightwing in the image, but we didn't continue to see what else happened afterwards. So I'd love to see what's going to happen there. So overall, I'll give this an 8. And guys, don't forget to tell me what you thought about this issue down in the comments below. And this is it for this review. Don't forget to like this video, favorite, and share with your friends. And also don't forget to subscribe to my channel. This is my Comic Quiz, signing out, guys. See you next time.